Canines are our passion. They are our addiction. They are our way of life, right down to the very core. And without them, we would be lost. The canines of this world really are something to behold. They assist us at work. They accompany us at home. And they perform for us in the field. No matter where we go, they are by our side. Canines really are a ride or die, and for that, we are grateful. This podcast will showcase working canines of various breeds and disciplines as we search for those canines and their handlers who are always striving to be the best at what they do. Those who are always grinding. Those who are always pushing the limits. Those who are always dogging. Join us on our adventures as it is sure to be a wild ride. I'm your host, Bryce Matthews.
And I'm your co-host, Stephen Basham.
And this is Semper Doggin. Welcome back to another episode of the Semper Doggin Podcast, guys. I am your host, Bryce Matthews, and today we're going to do things a little differently. I recently went down to the Grand American Coon Hunt all the way down in South Carolina. Went down there specifically for the sole purpose of pushing this podcast, trying to get the word out to people, let them know what we had going on, get the best content that we could get for you guys, the listeners. We've got big names from John Strickland, Jeff Rickleffs, Ashley Oxidine, all the way down to your local coon hunter who you may not ever heard before. But guess what? They've got the same passion that those big timers have. We've got everybody. We've got them from old all the way to young. We've got coon hounds. We've got mouth calling on here. This was a fun episode to record, and I hope you guys like it. I did make this trip by myself this year, so Basham will not be joining me on here. But guys, I'm telling you what, it's just a really fun time for me to go down there, get to interact with everybody, spread the word of the Semper Doggin Podcast, let them know what we have going on, our goals, our missions, our future. And I met some really good people along the way. And you know what? I've actually been in contact with a few of them since this recording. And you know, I would consider them friends at this point. You know, we've talked about every day since then. So that's the beauty of this podcast, guys. It really is all about bringing people together and the camaraderie that those of us who are always dogging have with each other. It's a beautiful thing. So, all right, guys, without further ado, we're going to get into this thing. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, that's great. Leave us a review. Give us a like and a follow. Come join us over on our Facebook page, Semper Doggin Podcast. Make sure you follow our sponsors. And I hope you guys really, really, really enjoyed this episode. I am down here in Orangeburg, South Carolina at the 60th anniversary of the Grand American, and I am joined by a familiar face to me, at least, Mr. Good Luck Genie himself, Michael Mitchell. How you doing, Bubby?
I'm doing great, Bryce.
What brings you down here, guy? First off, how far are you from home?
About 10 hours.
Okay, what makes you come all the way down here in South Carolina?
Never been to the Grand American.
This is your first time? Oh, I didn't know
sir.
that. I figured you'd been here before.
No, I've been to Winter Classic, Autumn Oaks, been to a lot of them, but not Grand American.
Okay, so, first impression, Friday afternoon, what do you think?
A lot of people here getting ready, getting started Friday.
The hunt tonight, who you hunting?
I got my handler Lee Wade hunting Hook.
Hook, tell me a little bit about Hook.
He's just an English dog, not flashy, just trees coons.
Now, that is a lie. He is flashy. He is one of the prettiest English dogs I've seen.
Well, looks don't tree them coons.
They don't, but by golly, he is a beautiful tri-colored English dog. I mean, he's got the blue and the red. He's got it going. He's a good-looking dog.
Yeah, he's got a good head on him, too.
Now, where did you get Hook at?
I bought him from Bub Blackwell when he was 15 months old.
Yep. Okay, so how old is he now?
He just turned 2, June 25th.
Right, and you've had a pretty good run. You, Lee, and Hook have had a good run. Tell me a little bit about what all Hook's accomplished.
Well, I got the little dog. He could tree a lot of coons.
Right.
And I didn't have a handler. So I had the dog up for sale. No one even wanted to come and look at him. I had 1,000 tire kickers. Finally, I got a hold of Lee. Told Lee if he'd buy a half interest, we'd run with him. He did. Got a few things fixed on him. Took about 2 nights of hunting.
Right.
To fix what we needed to fix. Starting May 25th, I believe, at Black and Tan Days. PKC and Black and Tan Days, Monticello. Was a double cast winner, got him in. Took a little run, and been hunting him ever since. He was third in the PKC state standings for 2023. Got a tournament champion ticket. Got a pup ticket in July. Got a national ticket, of course, and made him a grand night. He had 15 UKC wins with all the PKC hunts we put him in also.
I mean, that's pretty impressive. I know he had a good run at the UKC Indiana State, too, this year.
Yeah, he won it, double cast winner, put up a pretty good score, and just trained those coons in state ground.
So have you had Hook down south? Have you traveled him across the country? What do you think he's going to do down here? I
expect the dog to he travels real well. I expect the dog to do what he does. He can tree any kind of coon. He can tree the layups that ain't ever been down. He trees the real hot coons and the feeding coons. So
right.
I look for him to just do his Hook style train coons.
Is he the only dog you guys brought down here?
Yeah.
Because I know you own a couple other dogs. I know you had another English dog. I think you've still got a Walker, right?
Yeah, I got Rack 'em Up Ben, silver champion, 3-year-old. Cody Burrows hunts him. And Cody went through, he got married, and now he's expecting his first child, so he hasn't been in a lot of hunts, but he's getting ready to rack him back up.
Right, and he's a nice dog. I mean, I handled him once, and I've drawn out with him a couple times, and he's a nice dog.
Yeah, you never even heard the dog bark since I owned him, and you went and regional and got him in first round, and then we got beat late.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a good time.
Oh yeah,
and just helping buddies out. That was more of it for me. Was just trying to help you out whenever you were in a pinch. So, what draws you to the English breed? Is that where you've always hunted?
No, I've hunted about anything, but English dogs. Me and Lee owned a dog named Freak. He placed 6th in the Super Stakes last year in the spring, and he was a coon treer. And then when I got Hook and Bub talked to me about him, I bought him sight unseen because me and Bub's good buddies, and he knows what a dog is. And when I started hunting him, I seen he was a coon treer too. So the English dogs have really put a big impression to me lately.
And what are you seeing out of them that you might not be seeing out of the other breeds? I mean, are you seeing something specific?
Well, I see good dogs in every breed, but the Walker dog I got's a little flashy. He's action-packed, where he'll miss a little bit. But with Hook, I mean, when you're going to a tree, you just know you're either going to see a coon or a den tree.
Right. Now, an English dog, if I remember right, I think the English dog, Big Lee, won this hunt last year.
Yes, sir. I talked to Chris Harley just about an hour ago.
Is Lee down here this year, do you know?
Yep. He'll be hunting tonight.
That's right on. Have you heard anything about the hunting down here?
Yeah, I heard.
Is there any place you don't want to get drawn out to?
I guess it all depends where you go, but you're going to get wet.
I reckon so. And I think there's a storm coming in tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to stay pretty dry in the truck.
Oh, you've got a nice sweatshirt on that says Truck Man. I really like that.
Well, every good handler needs a good truck man.
That's pretty slick.
Yeah, I got 2 knee replacements, and it's in my blood, so I just love to be involved. So I just help Lee when I can, and we go hunt and have a good time. And when we go to these hunts, he takes over, and he does a phenomenal job with Hook.
Yeah. Well, that's what it's all about, just running these hunts with your buddies, having a good time. And this is kind of the kickoff. This is the start of the 2024 season. Obviously, we're early January, down south. Next month, we're in South Carolina this month. Next month, we'll be down in Mississippi. Winter Clatsy. You going to be going down there?
Well, we got a lot of hunts early spring, so we're going to have to sit down and decide where we're going. But, with the truck ticket one and the Nationals and PKC World being moved to the spring, I think it favors Hook. But there's a lot of hunts, and with tournament champions, you just got to figure out where you're going to go.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. You can really look around at any given time and find a hunt somewhere. And when you've got a dog that you think can be hauled all over the country, you got to pick and choose where you're going to go.
Absolutely. And Hook, I've had a lot of good dogs where you got to get down here a day or two early and get them adjusted to traveling. But Hook he travels well.
Well, you got to have that, especially at these longer hunts and out of town. But Mr. Mitchell, I wish you nothing but the best, you and Lee. Hopefully your handler don't throw it away for you.
Yeah, well,
I like to give him a hard time.
We're here to have a good time, so we'll let the dog do whatever he's going to do, and we'll walk away and have a good time either way.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I appreciate you sitting down with us here. Like you said, guys, we are live at the Grand American. We're going to see if we can't find a couple other people walking around, sit down and record with us. We got Michael Mitchell, his handler Lee Wade, and Hook going to be competing tonight. So wish you nothing but the best, buddy.
All right, I appreciate it, Bryce.
All right.
Let me sit down and talk to you, and everyone needs to come by and stop by and get some of the Semper Dog.
Yes, sir.
Memorabilia they got out here. They got some nice sewn hats and shirts, and I ended up buying one.
You did. So like I said, guys, you'll be hearing this here a little bit later after this event's already over. You can always hit us up on our Facebook page, Semper Doggin Facebook page. We've got hats for sale. We've got shirts for sale. It's good. We appreciate you guys supporting us and helping us support the veterans down the road. So.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, that does it for Michael Mitchell. We'll catch you at the next one.
All right. Appreciate it.
See you, buddy. All right, guys. We are sitting here with the current interim world champion of the EHS, Mr. John Strickland. We caught him strolling around today. Mr. John, how are you?
Good. That's funny when you say it like that.
I mean,
but yeah, we're doing good.
I like it. You and old champ had a good little run there.
Yeah, they doing a good job so far, and the format's unbelievable, and it's something fun, different to the sport.
Yeah.
And, I believe a lot of people have a good time with it.
Yeah, I do
it's
too.
all over with. Yeah.
I enjoy watching them. I mean, the live stuff on YouTube, that's fun to watch.
I've had people like in my little town. It's funny, that never heard of coon hunting in their life, and I'll see them at the grocery store or McDonald's or wherever, and they'll be like, "Man, we watched that video, and it's kind of hilarious." I'm like, "What? How would you find that video?"
Yeah. It's fun. So,
Yeah.
Okay, tell us, you're down here at Grand American, and I believe you had a plus point cast win last night. How'd it go?
Yeah, I hunted the champ dog. He's off country, and I won this hunt like I was 16 years old, and then I hunted it with Apollo again. The year we won Autumn Oaks, or the year I won Autumn Oaks with him. I thought it'd be cool to win Autumn Oaks and then the Grand American. I won my cast the first night then, and the second night I got beat on tiebreaker. If it hadn't been for that, kind of got a bad deal, but if it hadn't been for that, I'd been in again in the Final Four.
Yeah.
This year, it was a last-minute deal. I got it over to the governor's spot over there in Yemassee, South Carolina, and dog should have went north, and he swung back behind us and went south, and it wasn't. I had a slick, you can't hardly minus a palm tree because
Right.
they're tall and they got a bowl down in the top of them. Well, I get a baby palm tree, only about 8 foot tall, right out the truck, got second and first on it, so minus that. Now, you know how it is when you pull a minus right 200 out the truck, you got to catch up. And anyway, he ended up treating, he got through the country and he treated big den, and then he got through the country, treated coon, cut him off that, and he fell in there about 700 and treated triple. So he treated only 2 coons we looked at.
Yeah.
But I ended up with 125, after that slick. But
Are you finding with him that you can take him across the country and he's the same dog, or how do you think of that works?
yeah,
for him?
yeah, he's a incredible layup dog. And that's like last night. I think one dog had 375 minus at the end. One had 400 minus. One had 500 minus. I had 100 quarter plus. So, if you look at it that way, you say, well, damn, it looked pretty good. But still wasn't enough to get you here. You got a cast win. We need to put probably 650, 750, 800 maybe tonight, with a cast win, and you might have a chance to get in this thing. But yeah, he's really the same dog, any kind of country. He does better when he can stretch out. You got more open woods or field edges and stuff like that. He don't do really good in a lot of cut over and blown down timber. He is still a blue dog.
Right. Gotcha. So have you already drawn out tonight? Do you know who you're hunting against?
I do. I've drawn, but I don't know who I'm hunting against.
Gotcha.
I didn't
Okay.
go back there and look.
All right. So champ, is he the one you're gonna be pushing here for a while?
Yeah, he is. He is. I see some really, really, really cool greatness in him. And I've been saying I have him ready by mid-March. He's a little ahead of schedule. I think I'm mid-February, 1st of March, getting him really ready. But he's the right kind. He's got coons when he trees. He's independent and, good hunting dog. So, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so one of the questions that I had when I was kind of intrigued when I saw you and Oxidine and Jeff Rickleffs down here was there was a pro hunt going on last night, and you guys are down here at Grand American. What drew you down here to this event?
Well, there's a couple things. Number one, I have a place in Georgia. I'm from here originally, so we come down Thursday and we'll stay all the way through next Sunday. So this weekend you got Grand American. I want to hunt it, and Ashley Oxidine, he ain't hunted a whole lot of hunts, and he thought, man, I want to hunt Grand American. He had a 350 cast one with Hobo last night, so he's in pretty good contention,
So he took the reins away from Rickleffs last night.
He did. Rickleff walked around. So, but Ashley's calm. He's older. He's pretty calculated. He's good. He'll do what it takes. But so the Pro Sport truck hunt is next weekend.
Yep.
So we come down and hunted this, and then we'll hunt all week and get dog ready for Pro Sport truck hunt.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Well, I was just glad to see you guys walking around.
Yep.
You both got good plus points wins. I mean, it puts both of you in contention for.
Yeah.
You're not out of the question.
No, absolutely not. Like I said, you get 750, 650, 750, $800 or 800 points tonight, and when you cast,
right.
2 cast, wins you're probably in there.
Yep. All right, brother man. Well, thank you for sitting down here for just a few minutes, and we appreciate you. Good luck tonight.
Appreciate it, brother. Anytime.
Thanks,
Thank you.
John. This is going to be fun.
Okay.
Guys, I am sitting down with Craig Lewis. Just met him. Don't know him from Adam, but he walked up here to the Semper Doggin table, and we was able to sit down and have a chat and a conversation. And through that conversation, found out that Mr. Craig has won this Grand American hunt before. How was that? When did you do that, Craig?
In 2000, the 35th annual. I had a dog, Ball Stylish Hickory Nut Storm, and had a handler, Jamie Stone.
Okay.
He handled the dog for me.
So you were the owner?
I was the owner, yes.
What kind of dog was Stone?
A tree and walker.
Tree and walker.
Yep.
And you said it was the 35th anniversary?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the 60th.
Yes.
So it's been a while.
Yep.
Have you been coming to Grand American for all them years?
Since 79.
79. Have you missed one?
About 4.
Wow, that's still a pretty good record.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're in South Carolina. Where are you from then?
I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay. As the crow flies, how far is that?
3 hours.
That's not too bad.
Right north of Myrtle Beach.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Do you have a dog entered this weekend?
My son does. I'm with him.
Gotcha. So he's handling.
Yeah, he's the handler and the owner.
And the owner. You're just a truck man?
I'm just the man in the truck.
That's perfect. Hey, it takes a good truck man. We just had another podcast just a few minutes ago with the truck man.
Yeah.
Those are important to have.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about the dog you're hunting this weekend. Give me a little background.
He's Alan Rambo, which was the original owner, and he's still the co-owner.
I know Rambo.
From Mayfield, Kentucky.
Yes.
Oh, he and I are great friends.
Yes, I know Rambo.
But it's a dog he trained and owned forever. My son wanted to start hunting, and he just said, hey, I got a dog. So he's been off and running. I think he's hunted 11 casts and won 7 this year. So he qualified for the Tournament of Champions.
Right.
And and then he's bought a pup off of jail cell.
Okay. Sean Welch's jail cell?
Sean Welch, yes.
Yep.
And I think he's like 15 months, and he's just getting to going.
Right. So do you guys run to all these competition hunts? You guys mainly pleasure hunt? What do you guys got going on?
He does a lot of pleasure hunting and competition. I come with him sometimes.
Okay. Are you out of the competition game yourself now?
Basically, yeah.
But you got him into it, didn't you?
Well, yeah, when he was young. I brought him here when he was young. Back in them days, he was 4 or 5 years old. But he got back into it after school, college, and all that. He got married. He hunts now.
Right. Okay. So somebody who has not been to this event, give me your best description of Grand American. What is it? What does it mean to you?
Oh, it's just to me, it's the granddaddy coon hunt. It's definitely close to my house, but it's just fun place to bring everybody. Your kids for sure is. To me, the kids are represented well here.
They are. They got
youth.
a good youth show.
Yep.
They got a lot of stuff going on for the kids.
Yep.
You walking around a lot of these vendors, they're selling kids' chaps and kids' vests. And, man, I saw one little boy, he walked around here just a minute ago. I mean, he was decked out from head to toe.
Yeah.
He had him a new light, a squaller, his chaps. I mean, he was proud as a peacock.
This is where kids get started.
It is. It's wonderful to see the youth getting out here and having a good time. Okay, what part of the 2000 win, what part meant the most to you on that? Was it because it was close to home? Was it because of Grand American? What was it?
Just there were so many friends. Mr. Roy Braddock, he guided our cast. Just meeting people that I met. I'd met them for 3 years, but then to have it all turn out. My dog was represented as a stud dog.
Okay.
So everybody knew him from magazine.
Right.
And then he won. So
he was in the magazine before he won.
He was in the barns out here that day, and he won.
Okay, so that is kind of backwards from the way that I see it today.
Yeah.
A lot of times, them guys don't push them in the stud barn or in the magazines until after they've won something big.
Yep.
And then they're going out trying to push them and do their thing with them.
That's right.
But that is really interesting that he had the whole total package.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun with him.
Okay, did you keep any pups off of him?
I did through the years. He was in an accident. I brought him back. I retired him for a while and started back hunting. Then he was in an accident, and he was gone. He died.
Right.
He got ran over.
What kind of pups did he throw?
Pretty good. I mean, there were a lot of them close to like him, and I enjoyed a bunch of them. I hunted him for 5 or 6 years, 8 years maybe after he passed.
Gotcha.
But he was throwing some good pups.
Okay, now personal question here, as far as opinion.
Yep.
Can you take a dog from the south and win in the north, and can you take a dog from the north and win down here in the south? Which one's easier?
Well, coon dogs they're gonna show wherever they go. The south is harder hunting, in my opinion. There's more of a coon population in the north.
Right.
But honestly, it's the good Lord's blessing.
I agree with that one.
I mean, that one there, I mean, there's good hunters and good dogs everywhere, but when it's your turn, it's your turn. But I believe in hunting, when you're hunting with people, show them, do right. Always help them find their coon and be nothing but a gentleman, a sport, because you're going to win, you're going to lose.
That's right.
But in saying that there, I just say good luck to everybody wherever you go.
Absolutely. I mean, we need some more of that attitude around here, because it's not what some people think it is. If you're new to the sport, you're new to the podcast and competition coon hunting, it's not everybody got cheated, everybody got screwed. There's a lot of good people in this sport.
That's right.
And we need to all continue to try to be that way.
I've met a tremendous amount of folks through coon hunting.
You and me both, brother. You and me both.
Yes,
just
sir.
like right now.
That's right.
Just like right
That's
now.
right.
All right. Well, Mr. Craig, thank you for taking just a few minutes to sit down and talk to us, and we appreciate you.
All right. Thank you. Have a
Have a good one.
All right.
All right, guys, I have got a very interesting guest sitting here with me today. Buddy, tell me your name, where you're from.
I'm Case Walker. I'm from Manson County.
Manson County, South Carolina?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. What are you doing down here at Grand American?
We coon hunt. My stepfather coon hunts down here. He's got a plot dog, and he's going to be hunting.
Did he hunt last night?
Yes, sir.
Well, how did he do? Any good?
No, sir. He treated a couple coons, but I think he drew minus.
Gotcha. Okay, so I saw you over here looking at these duck calls and goose calls and stuff that the Fallen Outdoors booth has going on. And then I heard you make a little call, and I thought you were testing one of the calls, and you weren't. You were doing that straight up with your mouth.
Yep.
Where did you learn how to make these calls? And do you sit at home and practice? How does that work?
Well, I practice about every day, to be honest. I think it was 2019. I saw two turkeys go by, a couple turkeys when I was with my pop, and he started making a turkey call. I'm like, how do you do that? And I've been practicing since then.
And how old are you?
I'm 12 years old.
12 years old. And you told me you won some type of event, right?
Yes, sir. I've won the Dixie Deer Classic Turkey Calling event, I think second place with my mouth, with my voice right here.
Yeah. All right. So how many different calls do you think you can do?
I could do a turkey, speckle belly. I'm practicing on my goose, like my honker. And I think I can do a little bit of owl.
Okay. Give me your best of each one of them. Let's start with the speck. All right. That's pretty good. Okay. Let's go to the turkey. Is that the one that you won the contest with?
Yes, sir.
I can tell. That's a good one. Oh, now we got somebody in the background blowing one of them calls that I thought he was doing, but he was doing it with his mouth. All right, let's let him get done. All right, give me an owl.
I can't do that.
That's pretty good. Give it another one. No, better than I could ever do. All right, what's the fourth one you said you had?
I'm doing practicing doing the honker.
Yeah, let's hear it. That is awesome, buddy. You got it down pat. 12 years old, you said.
Yes, sir.
where do you see yourself going with this? Do you like to compete in these calling competitions?
Yes, sir. I like doing the turkey call contests, and I like I like to do duck calling contests, and basically any of the contests. I like it. It's fun.
Yeah, but I bet you got a big future ahead of you. Oh, we got somebody in the background blowing another call. These things sound pretty good. That's the fun of these live events, man. You never know what's going to be going on in the background.
That's right.
So do you hunt? You coon hunt yourself too?
Yes, sir.
What kind of dog you got?
None. I just sold mine.
Oh, you just sold it?
Yeah. He wasn't no good, so I sold him for $100.
There you go. Well, what kind of plans do you have to get another one?
I'm probably going to get a plot dog to breed with my uncle's dog.
Gotcha. All right, brother, man. Well, that was awesome. Very impressive. Keep it up. You're going to go places with that stuff.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely, buddy. Well, thanks for sitting down and joining us on the Semper Doggin Podcast, and we'll catch you around. All right, brother, man?
All right.
The Semper Doggin Podcast is proudly presented to you by Froggy Bottom Outdoors. Opening on February 12th of 2024, Froggy Bottom Outdoors is the newest outdoor and hunting supply, habitat management, and livestock feed provider in the Midwest. With a wide variety of products, a unique business model, and a dedicated team of individuals who are eager to provide their customers with an unparalleled shopping experience, you will not have to search any further than Froggy Bottom Outdoors. With brands such as Garmin, Yoder Nylon, Banks Hunting Blinds, Razor Hunting Gear, Purina Mills, Kalmbach Feeds, Inukshuk, Real World Products, and many more, Froggy Bottom Outdoors has you covered from the farm to the woods. Visit FroggyBottomOutdoors.com and follow them on Facebook to see how they can help you. Not finding what you're looking for online? No problem. Feel free to give the store a call at 765-330-2098. The team at Froggy Bottom Outdoors is excited to get to know you and will be glad to answer any questions you may have. Remember, the store and website do not go live until next Monday, February 12th. Well, we have tracked down two more of the finest men in South Carolina today. Well, maybe one of them. I don't know about the other one. Yeah, you guys know that laugh. That's Mr. Jeff Rickleffs, and he is joined by his partner, Mr. Ashley Oxidine. How are you today, brother?
Good, buddy.
We both good, bud.
That's what we're here for. So, Ashley, I want to talk to you just a little bit here. I know you have taken the reins over on Hobo, and little Jeffy's your truck man. Tell me how your cast went last night.
We struck straight out in the truck for 75 and tree for 125, left-handed. Hobo had a coon, looked real good. Then he treed one more coon through the world at the end of the hunt. Coons wasn't moving last night, but he looked good for the situation, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I know you've got Hobo back down at your house now. Have you been hunting him and getting him ready for this event, or did you just kind of pull him out of the box?
Nah, I've been hunting him.
You've been hunting him hard.
Yeah, we've been hunting.
So, I know you hunted last night. You and Strickland both got both got a cast win.
Right.
Have you figured out where you're going tonight yet?
Haven't heard.
No, they drew, or I went and signed us up earlier. Well, Ashley was doing a different podcast, actually, and they got our cast number, but we don't know who's going to draw.
Well, who else is running around trying to get recordings?
No, Josh Michaelis.
Josh over there at Joy. Well, good. So when y'all get done listening to this, go over there, give Josh some love. I didn't know he was out running around today.
He was actually at the motel. He did a big long one with him at your motel.
Yeah, this morning.
Perfect. Well, we're always here to support all those guys. Josh does a good job with what he has. Ashley, what's your plans for Hobo going forward?
I don't get to hunt. Our season here in the South is we start in October, November. My good hunting's over March, and Jeff will have him back. It works perfect for me. So that'll give me some time to enjoy him and hunt him, and Jeff still come just like now. We're going to the truck hunt next week. He's going to hunt Lady. So just trying to give me an opportunity to enjoy him a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that I've been told you work a ton, and you're really invested in what you do outside of coonhound. So it's got to be nice to be able to have a nice dog that you can come back, get your hands on for a few months, enjoy him, and then take him back to somebody like Jeff, who he's going to be in good hands. You can trust him, and that you're going to have a good chance at winning with.
That's right. Jeff takes care of him and does a good job, and we have dogs, but not many of them can come down here and treat coons like that. And and Hobo, he loves it. He does phenomenal.
That's one thing I wanted to iterate on that. Bryce, of course, we live 30 minutes apart, so our hunting is relatively easy compared to this hunting. And I was at Ashley's for a week last winter, and it's a different world. And I think it's just absolutely awesome to bring a dog. Some of them never do adjust, but Hobo, he had him down 2 years ago, and he said he'd never seen a dog from the north take to his water and hunting. And that, I think it helps them adjust because, you know, we travel all over the United States and hunt in every state there that has a competition. So basically Hobo's, you know, he's ready for any kind of terrain. So I'm saying when Ashley hunts him down here, it helps immensely, you know.
Right, absolutely, because we don't get the chance to hunt the swamps and stuff like this up there. So being able to send that dog down here and have a working team and a working relationship, it really puts the dog in the best position, and it makes both of y'all's lives easier, in my opinion, because if you're struggling with one thing, you need to get ready for one hunt, bam, it's there. Just send him and get him ready.
That's right.
Well, you know how our weather can be, too. Like, I don't know if you've looked at our weather for next week.
I haven't, but I heard we're getting snow right now.
Next week, though, it's supposed to be single digits with 6 to 12 inches of snow. So, what would I do with Hobo up there then? So he'll be down here, and Ashley will still be hunting him. It's, you know, and that's another thing I wanted to iterate was, you know, Ashley is a great dog man. We hunt the same. We have the same ideas on training. So it's not like a clash where I'm like, oh, man, Ashley's doing this, and I don't like that. Or, you know, we think the same way, so it's great.
Right. Now, one other thing, Ashley, that I wanted to just ask you about real quick here is that I've heard that you're not just into coon dogs. You've got some personal protection dogs, too.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me a little bit more about that, because I heard you're real big into that, and, like, you got some nice ones. Like, give me a little bit more information on that.
I got 3 brood females that we imported. Super nice, fully trained. All our dogs, the difference between my Germans and everybody else in training, they have a year with children. Like my dogs come in just like with we put our dogs in, just say like you got 2 babies, we train them for a whole year. Our dog has got to be proven around a family, absolutely 100%. And that's the biggest advantage for my dogs. And we sell a guy from up around Charlotte. He owns the males. He's big and he deals with like real famous people. And I invested in 3 females with him, and everything I produce, he buys back. And he trains them and sells them. I got some of the nicest dogs on the East Coast.
Yeah, I've heard that, and that has always interested me. And, you know, just to take guys who can go from different disciplines, you know, you can work with the personal protection dogs, you can go work with the coon dogs. It's just a all-around houndsman, you know, and it really is Semper Doggin. You're always dogging.
And I love it, man. I told Josh this morning, I said, ever since I was a little boy, I just had a gift about picking out a good dog. And it didn't matter, you know, coon dogs or German Shepherds. And I got 2 phenomenal females that's, I mean, first class. Like, they the real deal. You wouldn't even know they're females. You think they're males.
Yeah.
And I got a fortune in them, too, but I love it, you know.
Right. Yeah, well, that's what it's all about, man, doing something you love and having friends like Jeff and Strickland and all them to do it with. So
that's right.
Wish you guys nothing but the best tonight in your hunts. And, Jeff, make sure you get the truck where it needs to be at the end of the hunt.
Hey, I walked last night. I'm going to walk again because you never know. Ashley might go down.
Oh, it's always fun to give you a hard time, brother. I love you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys, for sitting down here for just a few minutes and joining me, and we sure appreciate you. Good luck tonight.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, guys, we have got a dynamic duo for this little section here. I mean, you ain't going to miss Mr. Walt Costco here. He's got this 4X Floyd shirt that's like lime green. Looks like a Hawaiian shirt.
It is.
Got dogs treed all over it.
Custom made, got 4X Floyd all over it, big boy.
All right, we got him, and we got Mr. Hunter Garto.
Yep, that's it.
All right. Give me a little bit about you, Hunter. Where are you from? What are you doing down here?
I'm from Rindge, Georgia, and I come down here just to hang out.
Are you hunting?
We're going to pleasure hunt tonight.
Man, you're the second or third person said they're just going to pleasure hunt tonight. What about you, Walt?
Yeah, I'm Walt Costco. I'm from Shell City, Missouri. I'm here representing 4X Floyd and Bet the Farm. We got a bunch of pups here today. We've got 30 pups or so. I've sold a bunch of them already. I know they're high priced, but they're selling like firecrackers.
Okay, so give me a little bit more on 4X Floyd. Tell me about him. How'd you get him? Just give me the scoop on him.
Scoop on 4X Floyd. Bought him from Lane Denny at just weaned. We went and picked him out, and Terry Bennett and I, and my son Judd Costco, and we bought 4 pups that day. And 4X Floyd, he kind of just he was my he was the puppy that I got. Terry ended up with 3 more of them. And me and Terry went half interest on the dog. Terry's been in the business for 40 years breeding dogs. And, I thought, well, if I'm going to do this right, Terry's got a black book of breeders that's, 3 foot deep. And mine's about 2 inches deep. So I thought it'd be better if I had him on my side. And next thing you know, heck, we're hunting Floyd in the hunts. And we sent a little story on his name. Everybody's like, has he really won 4 world championships? I said, no. I said, but UKC says he has. And behind that is when we sent the paperwork in on Floyd, named him 4X world champion Floyd. And it was during the pandemic, and they didn't catch the name. And it went through the system, and, man, boom, 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 made him night champion overnight, and they couldn't do anything about it. And lo and behold, his name's 4X world champion Floyd. But you know what? The dog is a reproducing fool. It doesn't matter what it is we breed him to. In fact, I like to find a Chihuahua to breed him to, just to prove a point.
Right.
They got to name it 4X Chi-Chi or something like that.
Yeah, I was wondering where the name comes from. Okay, so give me the 4X. What's behind the 4X? So I kind of know the backstory, but our listeners might not.
The 4X came from, of course, he's off of Rackham Willie, and Rackham Williams a 2-time world champion dog, and they put it on their 2X world champion Rackham Willie. And, of course, Insane Emmy, Lane Denny's dog, she's a 2-time world champion also, and he puts on their 2X world champion Insane Emmy. And 2 plus 2, what is that?
That's 4, baby.
That's 4, so we got it on. We got it down.
Yeah, okay. So, Tyler, you're repping a different type of attire. You got 4X Bet the Farm.
That's right.
All right, give me the scoop on Farm, or Bet, whatever you call him.
We call him Bet. He's just he's a coon dog. He's just a coon dog. He just goes and does his thing, gets treed, and good about having the coons.
Okay, so I'm guessing he's off of Floyd?
Oh, yeah.
Is that what all you guys are hunting, is stuff off Floyd?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, 4X Floyd, he got, not 4X Floyd, but 4X Bet the Farm, he got started right after the Norm hunt against 4X Floyd and Airplane. And in fact, during the hunt in Missouri against Norm, a good friend of mine, Adam Murray, he was there to watch the hunt and everything and kind of be my judge against the Norm. It was an impossible hunt to win with his rules, but hey, it was all fun. But about halfway through the hunt, Norm, we had to change spots to go hunting, and we're going through my little town of Shell City, Missouri, and Adam's like, hey, I need to pick up that pup. And I went to get the pup, and boy, I was driving my hunting Honda. I drive a little car to the woods. I don't care. I get on gas, and I don't care what everybody thinks. But the little turd, he jumped out of the damn car and took off, and old Norman's like, oh, you're going to hunt that? That's that little junk white dog, And we were chasing him down in the town of Shell City, and Adam Murray took him then after that and really, really poured it on him. And this dog turned out to be what he is, and it's all been a little bit of history since then.
Right, gotcha. Okay, so tell me, Tyler, a little bit about the other dogs you got in your kennel, because you got some good Hunter. I'm sorry, I've screwed that up twice. Hunter, tell me about the other dogs you have in your kennel, because you got some big names in there.
Yeah, well, I got a good partner, Trip Duke out of Alabama, and Ronnie Davis handles for Trip.
Ronnie Rowe,
on Grand.
On Grand, baby.
On Grand. Me and Trip, we own Buster. Buster Beat That Ass together. He's 6-year-old Walker dog.
And that's his name, Buster Beat That Ass?
Buster Beat That Ass. And he's just been good to me. Then me and Walt, we got to talking at Autumn Oaks, and he come to me and he said, hey, what you want to do? And I said, well, if you want me to partner up, would you partner up on Bet? And it's just been, I've had Bet now, how long?
Couple months.
And
first night down there, what'd he do?
First night down there, we treed 9 coons with him.
Really?
Georgia.
He'd never been to Georgia in his life, and he just...
How old is he?
17 months.
No, he'll be 2 years old February the 25th.
Gotcha. Now, did I hear through the rumor mill that you've won this hunt before?
I won overall high-scoring dog, yes.
Gotcha.
I scored 1,975 plus points in 2 nights.
That's impressive.
1,200 Saturday night and 775 Friday night.
All right, so what dog were you hunting then?
B&T's Big Train. Me and Trey Yother out of North Carolina owned them together.
Gotcha.
The weekend after that, took him hunting, and he drowned in the lake.
Oh, no.
So, yeah.
That's terrible.
He was the first competition hunting he ever been to was here.
And he won it.
Yep.
Well,
I come in the final 4. I come in 4th place.
Gotcha.
But I won 1st place Saturday night, and I forgot 4th place Friday. If you have 4th place Friday and 1st place Saturday.
Okay, gotcha. Well, the little rumor that I heard, I guess, wasn't 100% true, but it's close.
What was the rumor you heard?
Well, I heard you won the whole thing.
Oh, no. I mean, the late round that night, I went in. It was me, the Clifford dog, Jason Roberts with Backwoods Quinn, and Will DeLoach with Gin and Juice.
Right.
And train went in there, struck, got treed, big old tree that you couldn't even, all 3 of us couldn't wrap our hands around it.
Right.
I mean, it was huge. And they minused me on it. But it is what it is, so I just cut back loose, and he went over there and struck for a quarter and got treed again and had a coon, and Clifford come in there and got a piece of it, and that's Clifford won it.
Yeah, gotcha. All right, well, one more thing while I got you on here. Tell me a little bit about the booth you're working over there. Who you with and what you guys are selling over there?
Coon Dog Wear. William, BK, he owns it, and we sell hoodies, shirts, hats, jackets, chaps now. But yeah.
Everything just on Coon Dog Wear, and you guys got a website, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep, coondogwear.com? Is that where they can go find you?
Yep.
All right, guys, well, if you guys listen to this.
We got also old Bet the Farm. He's banging on 500 coons treed before he's 2 years old. He turns 2, February 25th.
We got 7 left. Seven left.
And he'll be part of the 500 Club and the 4X Floyd page. Of course, we got the 500 Club, 1,000 Club, and then we got the Hall of Fame.
Are those on Facebook?
Puppies on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, we got 4,200 people
on
our Facebook page. But I also got a Hall of Fame for the dog that trees 1,500 coons. It's out of Floyd. They'll be all them dogs will be in Hall of Fame with 4X Floyd.
Okay, so I'm just now hearing about this. So it's something you're doing on your own because it's not through a registry.
Nobody's done it before.
Okay, so how are you keeping track of that? Who's to say that I didn't just mark down 8 coon tallies?
I've been asked that several times. How are you going to make sure it's right? Here it is. If you lie about it, that's on you. And everybody else can find out you're a liar.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Honesty's the best policy.
Yeah, honesty's the best policy. And you know what? It's another way for me to recognize the dogs out of Floyd. And after I started this thing, boom, everybody's like, oh, my pup's on 75. My pup's on 175. My pup's on this and that. And, man, it's just blew up on our page.
Right.
And it's making it way, way cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well,
and I care a lot about, the guys that buy pups off of me. I'm helping promote their puppies.
Right.
And I care.
Yeah, and that's good. I mean, that's what it takes. And it seems like y'all are having a good time doing it. You can't miss it anywhere you go. There's a big old banner, 4X Floyd, and at Autumn Oaks, you gave out hats and glasses and all kinds of stuff.
Oh,
I mean, my kids are running around.
I lure the kids into my stand with cookies.
Yeah, I know.
Just so I can get their parents to talk to them, oh, they love the cookies, too.
Because the cookies have the 4X Floyd on the cookies, don't they?
Well, they don't, but it looks like we're going to have to do it next year.
I thought that's what it had on it, because I was so busy working the booth at Autumn Oaks that I had one kid, two, three, 4 kids walking around these 4. I'm like, where are you getting all this stuff? They said 4X Floyd, and they were pumped up about it.
Yeah, it just shows I care.
Yeah. It's fun, man. Well, Walt, Hunter, thank you, too, for sitting down with me. Hunter, I'm sorry I botched your name twice.
You're good.
Stand corrected, guys. But I appreciate you guys sitting down with us here on the Semper Doggin Podcast. Best of luck to you in your future endeavors with the 4X squad. And
hoorah.
Hoorah, baby.
My daddy's Marine, and I'm proud of y'all.
Well, tell him thank you for his service. We appreciate him. Thanks, gentlemen.
Thank y'all.
Yep. Bye.
All right, brother, man. Why don't you tell our audience who you are, where you're from, what you're doing down here at Grand American.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Cyrus Woodard, a.k.a. Woody Entertainment on YouTube, or Dark Horse Candidate on Instagram. I'm up in Cleveland County, North Carolina, and I'm here at Grand American because it's just my passion. I love, dogs. And
Absolutely. So tell me about this dog we got sitting right here next to us right now. We got a little red bone female sitting here.
Correct. So we have Brandine, and I named her Brandine. I named all my hounds off the Simpsons characters.
I did not know that.
Yep. So my first was Cletus.
Okay.
Right, and that was the Simpsons. And then Then you got Brandine. That's Cletus's wife / sister. And then she was a redhead, on The Simpsons. Brandine was a redhead.
I haven't even watched The Simpsons.
And then she's a red bone, so it makes sense. And then my Gascon Blue, Bleeding Gums Murphy, the saxophone guy.
Right, okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay, so tell me a little about Brandine. Have you raised her from a pup? Is she hunting
Yes.
this weekend? What do you got going on with her?
So she is going to be pleasure hunting. I'm not really a big competition guy.
Okay.
But I had her since she was a puppy. I actually picked her up from Walker days like 3 years ago.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I showed how to, develop her and, in my way. So ever since she was a pup.
Is she turning out for you?
She pleases me.
That's all that matters.
All I care about.
That's all that matters.
That's right.
Okay, now you mentioned earlier something about the Gascons. Tell us a little bit more about that breed. I don't know very many people that run those Gascons.
No, a lot of people don't. They just think it's a regular blue tick, but it's actually not. They're actually quite bigger, more houndy.
Okay.
Like more droop to them. Really cold nosed dogs. Technically, they were really in the Midwest. People use them for mountain lions and bears for their cold tracking ability.
Okay.
Old school ball mouth dogs. French lineage.
Okay. Oh, so I didn't know that, but it makes it Gascon. I guess that's a French.
Yep. French lineage. But you can use them for whatever. I used Cletus and Murphy at the time that I had them for coon, and they were, good dogs. Took them a little while, but I love an old school ball mouth dog.
What's their style? They just kind of slow pick around on the track, not really blowing through the country?
Right, exactly. As soon as you cut them, they put their nose down. And that's how I like it, because I don't want a dog to, as soon as you clip the lead, they run a mile before they put their nose down. You'll miss 3, 4, probably 10 coons.
Right.
Just by running when you could, just stick your nose to the ground and you could pick them up as you go.
Absolutely. So you really are enjoying more of the pleasure style, going out just you and the dogs. I mean,
it's therapy.
Do you hunt by yourself mostly, or who do you hunt with?
Yeah, I hunt mostly by myself, but I do try to travel the best that I can, to hunt with other people. But,
right.
I still want to have my dog has his own independence.
That's right. Well, you're doing a good job with the man. I've followed you along for a little bit on what you had going on there. So, especially when Brandine was coming up, you had her training her and doing her stuff. You definitely got your own style for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I try to combine my my grandfather's style with a little bit of my own.
Right. So if anybody wants to go online and find you, where can they find you at?
They could find me on Instagram, which is Dark Horse Candidate with an _, or you just look at my videos, Woody Entertainment.
Woody Entertainment, guys. Well, you heard it here first on the Semper Doggin Podcast. We got Cyrus Woodard down here, Grand American, South Carolina, hunting them red bones and Gascons and doing his own thing.
Now, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, brother, man. We'll see you.
All right. God bless.
Are getting ready to hear the most familiar voice in all of coon hunting. He has gone to the dogs this weekend, Mr. Steve Fielder. How are you, old buddy?
Emphasis on the old, Brian. Hey, I'm doing great. Better than I deserve, that's for sure.
Yeah, man, I am so glad to get you over here for just a few minutes. You have been over at the Full Cry booth this weekend, and I tell you what, you guys have just been swamped. You killing it over there.
Well, I've been around this thing a long time, and I know a lot of people, and that's one thing I'm very grateful for. That's been the greatest accomplishment of my life, is the people that I've been able to meet over the years. Your fiance, Nikki, I met when she was in a stroller at Autumn Oaks. So that gives you an idea how old I am. But yeah, I just wanted to come down this weekend and introduce the Dubys to as many people as I could, because they're great people. They're doing, I think, a great job
Absolutely.
Of resurrecting Full Cry magazine.
Yeah.
And it's been a tradition for so many years to everybody. Near and dear to my heart as a kid, I read Full Cry. So anyway, it's just been fun, just, meet and greet.
Yeah, so I know this is the 60th anniversary of the Grand American, and how many of these have you made it to? Is it like Autumn Oaks where you have a standing record?
Well, my record, due to the fact that I kind of bounced around with the different registries,
right,
sometimes that took me away, but the Grand American has been one that it seemed no matter who I was with at the time, Harry Ott, for instance, is the kind of the local guy with the association that runs all this, and he's here in Orangeburg, and he's kind of the go-to guy. I mean, Harry's been here forever,
right?
And people look up to him. Of course, David McKee being, the president of the association and all, he's the honcho, but Harry is the guy. Okay, if you want anything done, you want to do it. And Harry told me years ago, and I don't say this bragging, but he said, Steve, I don't care who you with, you're always welcome at the Grand American. So I kind of took that to heart, and even when I was with UKC, and this was an AKC event, I came and I had a booth, and they were glad for me to be here with Coonhound Bloodlines magazine, and same thing with PKC and then AKC. And so Grand American's just been, if you live in the Southeast, at first you got to start your year off at the Grand American.
Yeah, it's just how you kick it off.
That's the way it is.
Yeah. It's
fun.
It's
like the ball fall in New York City.
Yeah.
It's what you do.
Absolutely. So I know you got your Gone to the Dogs hat on. Have you been selling any books over there?
Oh, yeah. Had been pleasantly surprised this weekend. Have sold quite a few. Had to crack open a new box just a while ago. So.
Yeah, I'm not a reader, but I have a Gone to the Dogs book, and it sits on my shelf, and I enjoy it. So I encourage anybody out there to go get one.
Well, you'd be like that guy that said, I know what's in every book and every library in the world.
What's that?
Words.
That's a fact, Jack. That's
so
a fact.
Anyway, but I was a reader. Always was a reader. I'm old school.
Yeah.
So, but they're still out there.
They are. Is your dog Fever down here this weekend?
He's here, man.
Did you put him in the treeing contest?
Mark did yesterday.
How'd he do?
You know what? In the first round, he narrowly missed. But he decided he wanted to go in ball mouth mode for a short span. So Mark says, I know he can do better than that. So he re-entered him, and I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe it was 72 or 73 barks in 30 seconds. Now that's getting him.
It is.
But the last dog was right behind him and beat him by a couple barks.
Because now my memory might do me a misservice here, but I believe he won the treeing contest last year, right?
He won it last year. He was just a year old at that time. He had a big time down here. He ended up being high-scoring plot male. I get that.
They're blowing them duck calls behind you.
Yeah, we must have Phil Robertson.
No, that's part of the fun of doing these live shows. You never know what's going to be in the background.
That's right.
But Mr. Steve, thank you so much. I don't want to keep you very long, but we just had to have you on here.
It's a pleasure, and I just want to say I want to publicly wish you the best with your new Semper Doggin podcast. We need more. Guys say, well, is that competition? Heck no. It's not competition. We need to be talking about the sport as much as we can. The more positive avenues that we can explore out there, the better.
Absolutely. I was talking to Jason earlier over there at Full Cry, and he said the same thing. He said, a rising tide lifts all ships. And I was like, that's a pretty
good quote.
Pretty good quote.
I'll close with this. I told the guy the other day, my role now, I had all those great years of involvement. I'm the cheerleader. I'm a cheerleader for guys like you, the younger generation, the new hunters that are coming in. Let's keep this thing rolling. There's been a lot of sweat and tears and a lot of years.
Yep.
But it's a great sport, and it needs to go on forever.
Yep, I agree.
I'm all for it. I'm like Grandpa sitting in the stand at the Little League game. I'm rooting for Johnny to steal home.
Well, you might be like Grandpa sitting in the stands, but I'm like the old boy on the court looking up to make sure you're sitting there. I want to see you at all these events.
Well, I'll be here as long as I can.
All right, Steve. Well, we appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. We all know that canines can take us to some wild places, and some of those are only accessible by an off-road vehicle. No matter how hard you try to maintain your ride, something is bound to break on one of your adventures. When you find yourself looking for replacement parts, or maybe even a few upgraded parts to further try and prevent a breakdown, look no further than Never Satisfied Off-Road. Joey Goforth is the proud new owner of Never Satisfied Off-Road and is ready to serve you. Performance accessories such as lift kits, portals, tires, and more can all be found at Never Satisfied Off-Road. Located in Covington, Tennessee, The team at Never Satisfied Off-Road is ready to ship parts and accessories for your ride anywhere in the country. As their new website is currently being built, be sure to follow them on Facebook at Never Satisfied Off-Road 23 to keep up to date on the hottest items and sales. Give them a call at 731-693-9921 to place your order and get your ride ready to follow your canine wherever they may take you. Are you ready for the best part though? Mention that you heard this ad on the Semper Doggin Podcast and you will receive a Semper Doggin approved listener discount. All right, we are back with Hunter. You just heard from him and Walt, but Hunter's got a special guest he wants to get on here, and he's going to tell us a little bit about his dog. What's your name, little man?
Truett.
Truett? How old are you, Truett?
5.
You're 5? What are you doing down here? Are you hunting coon dogs?
Say yes, sir. Say yes, sir.
What's your dog's name?
Bet.
Bet. So you're hunting the Bet the farm dog, huh? Do you know how to strike your dog?
Say yes, sir.
Show me how you do it. How do you strike him?
Tell them.
Bet strike.
And what's your favorite part to say? What comes next after he strikes? He gets on the what? On that tree, don't he? And then what do you say? Tree my what?
Tree my. I'm not the name.
You say tree my dog.
Tree my dog.
Tree his dog. Guys, this is what it's all about. Getting the youth into here, getting them in these dogs and do these hunts and having a good time doing it and teaching them the ropes and getting them out here in this environment, hanging out with everybody. Little Truett, I'll forgive you for earlier. We won't tell everybody what you did. Did you have fun? Did you think that was funny? I see how it is. We'll get you taken care of, buddy. Well, like I said, thank you guys for coming on here. Truett, you want to say hi to your mama or anybody?
Tell your mama, hey.
Hey, Mommy.
Tell her you love her.
Butter.
Hey, tell them.
Butter.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on here, buddy. We're glad to have you. You guys have fun today, okay?
Say yes, sir.
See you guys.
All right.
We're here.
Yeah.
You ready?
Hey, let's roll.
You don't have a chance because I'm already recording.
I heard somebody say hello. Was that somebody walking behind me?
Yeah, they done said hi to you. I don't know who he is, but
I have no idea.
Oh, guys. Well, we are sitting down here with Mr. Daniel Felker of the Coonhound Confidentials.
You got it right, too. I'm proud of you.
I tell you what, I try. I don't always get it right.
You get mispronounced a whole lot.
Well, we do our best over here at Semper Doggin.
All right.
So you're a local down here.
Absolutely.
What is it about Grand American coming down here to your town that you enjoy the most?
Oh, man, dude, I got like a long history with this place. Like, I've only missed, since 1993, I think I've missed maybe 2 Grand Americans. But, growing up, my coon club, the coon club I'm in, we'll give them a shout out, Whitmire Coon Hunters Association. We used to run the kitchen back there, and we did it for years and years, and now we quit doing that. So now, as part of our coon club, we help disperse out and do certain things. So we help.
Okay, so give yourself a plug for Coonhound Confidentials. Tell the listeners of Semper Doggin what you guys have going on over at your podcast.
Okay, well, this is a little unique. We like to cut up. We have fun, but we like to look for all the creepy and crazy and weird coon hunting stories that people have had and just kind of look for them all over the United States. I'm always tracking them down, trying to track them down, and I think we got about 4 to record going into 2024. Probably start back recording Monday.
Right.
I think.
Okay, so I got you nailed down here for just a few minutes.
Yep.
Give me a story that has some South Carolina mystique.
Oh, as far as coon hunting goes, I don't have a whole lot of.
Just give me a story, something local to hear.
Okay, so something, if you're getting down here, you're going to get into like the legend of the Lizard Man.
The Lizard Man?
Yeah, it happened at Scapor Swamp back in the 80s. It was like a real phenomenon that happened and that was being reported. And the cool thing about that was the sheriff actually took it serious and investigated it. And it was like a thing that was in that part of That would be down here. I don't know exactly how far that is from Orangeburg, but the legend of the lizard man.
So what were they saying about it? Like, was this lizard man out around the swamps, or what was going on?
Yeah, kind of. It started off with there was a young black dude who was fixing a flat. I think he was fixing a flat. It's kind of hard to remember now, just off the top of my head. And he had a run-in with this creature, and it freaked him out. He went and, he reported it, all this other stuff. And around the same time, there was a farmer that was like, he reported seeing a creature like that. Now it's debatable. Was he describing a lizard man, or was it like a Bigfoot type creature?
Okay, Bigfoot. Let's go into Bigfoot for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, first off, believer, non-believer?
Me?
Yeah.
Believer.
He believes.
I'm a believer.
Now, you sat down at Autumn Oaks and recorded with my father-in-law about his Bigfoot experience.
Yep.
Whatever come of that? What do you think of that one? Like, what's your personal opinion on that?
Personally, yeah.
Get
absolutely.
out of here, Josh Michaelis. Don't interrupt my podcast.
I didn't know he was here. They brought enough Joy dog food with them, didn't they? God, no, that's like 15 tons over
I know
there.
it. Okay, so about his story with the Bigfoot. So to fill people in just real quick, down and dirty, my father-in-law had this track in his driveway whenever it was snow on the ground. Looked to be an oversized foot and about, 6 to 8 foot distances
it was about
between
6 foot strides.
Between the strides in a straight line. They took a mold of it. They had some people come down, and as far as they know, it's a Bigfoot track.
Yep,
okay.
I believe it.
What about that story sticks out to you?
That they were all in a straight line. They don't. That's kind of one of the things from like different tracks or that people have seen or be tracking is in a situation like that is they all seem to be going like one in it like a tightrope, 1 foot in front of the other, and not like a left and a right like we would staggered. But
right.
It's like. So when I seen that picture that, I can't remember her name, was her name Becky?
Yep, Becky.
When I seen the picture, she showed them to me at Winter Classic last year, and I was like, that's not fake. That's kind of like, I ain't gonna say it's common, but this just come from like listening to different podcasts and seeing different pictures on certain pages and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, but then he said it was like 6 foot strides, and he took it serious himself.
Yeah, he did. I mean, they had a daggone mold made out of it.
Yeah.
They froze they scooped, cut around the snow, scooped it up, froze it, made a mold. I mean, it's the whole deal. Now, I can't say, I don't know how I feel about it. And that's my own father-in-law. But it leaves you wondering.
Yeah, once you get into it, you start getting into the debate. If you really start listening to podcasts, you'll find out real quick in the Bigfoot community, it'll be split. Is it flesh and blood, or is there something spiritual about it?
Oh, I've never even heard that deal.
Could it be something of a remnant of the Nephilim in the book of Genesis? And dude, I don't even want to get started on that because I like to go deep, and I could go deep on that, but I lean toward that is I'm a very spiritual minded person, and there just seems to be certain things about the legend of Bigfoot or some of the stories that kind of make me just think, there might be something spiritual aspect, but then there also is that part of me that says, could the government be knowing about this and breeding and making hybrids of these things? And
it's a different perspective.
Oh, yeah, we'll go down all rabbit trails, but not on our podcast, but going into just looking into the subject on my own.
Right.
Now, we kind of try to steer it back toward hound hunting and coon hunting and stuff like that.
So, speaking of coon hunting, you got a dog entered in this event this week?
Man, no.
Why not?
I work this thing. I have to be here at 7 o'clock. Like, before all y'all get in, I'm here. We're, like, making sure. See, my job is, and Ryan, wherever he's at.
He's right behind you. He's looking over your shoulder.
He's one of the let me see. I can see him in your glasses. Okay. So he's one of the co-hosts, and Dustin is, I think he's working with over in the barn this year, and we seen him earlier. But we get up here at 7, right before 7 o'clock every morning, before the vendors get here. Everything we set up, and we ready to go. Like, my job is patrol that dog lot out there. No bulldogs, no guns. Supposed to be nothing new, like that the vendors here like paid spots for,
right?
Stuff like that.
Okay.
So it's just patrolling.
Yeah. So this is like one of the biggest events that I go to. So there's got to be a lot of hands on deck, a lot of help, and we couldn't do it without you guys.
Absolutely.
All right.
It's fun.
Give me one more story. I want to hear something about. I heard you over talking earlier. You heard some noises at like 1:30 in the morning when you were coon hunting.
Yep.
Give me that story.
Okay, this is kind of a long one too, because it's a long story, man. Because it's like it built up to a certain region in our neck of the woods.
Okay.
And it wasn't at 1:30. It was like maybe midnight.
Well, that's close enough.
So it was on a Monday night. I was hunting, and we live like right in the middle of the Sumter National Forest. So there's a lot of game management land, and there's certain areas where it kind of gets close towards the town of Whitmire, like kind of the outskirts of the roads, and we're talking like a small one red light town. So I had already turned my female loose, and off behind me, way over directly to my right, I heard a lot of just like talking, and I knew the road and some of the people that live on that paved road, and I was like, they'd being awful loud over there on a Monday night to be just cutting up. Like, I'm surprised the law hadn't been called.
Right.
So then a little bit later, I hear just like loud talking again, but it's a little bit closer. And I was like, that's weird. So my dog gets treed, and she's on the opposite side of this gravel road, and behind me, people are going to think I'm crazy, but I really don't care. I thought it was so loud. It was loud. I was already standing up, already had my gun on my back because I was getting ready to go into the woods to my dog, but she shut up. And she actually moved. She moved about 100 yards and fell treed. I think the coon bailed out, and she bailed out with it, and because she was like hot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So anyway, she shuts up, and while she shuts up and I'm listening, directly behind me, I hear this really loud. It's like blah 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 blah, and I'm talking about it is freaking loud, and it's like. And the first thing that came to my mind, if anybody wants to know what it sounds like, just go to the podcast Sasquatch Chronicles and listen to their opening music, and you will hear small clips of what's called as the Sierra Sounds that was recorded. I want to say either, I don't remember which doctor, if it was, I can't remember their name. I don't want to throw one out. It's either like Meldrum or something like that. I don't remember which one recorded it. But it sounded a lot like that. So I whirled around, took my gun off my shoulder, and it's standing in between me and it was really loud, and it was a language. But see, everything had already been playing in my mind because another person that told me some stuff that they went on a YouTube channel and talked about called Dark Waters. And it was Nick Gilliland.
Oh, yeah. He run the nightlife coon hunting channel.
Yes. So he went on there. He had already reached out to me earlier when we started doing the podcast. And to be honest, if he ever hears this, I kind of want to apologize. And I wanted him to come on the show and apologize because I thought he was BSing me a little bit.
Nick's a good dude. He's not going to BS you.
I'm like, this dude is telling me about something in my own backyard that I'm like, I've never ran into anything. But then I started putting things together that I had been seeing over the past 6-7 years while hunting. Odd things, like 2 pine trees that were probably, how big around would you say that is?
I'd say 4 inches.
Okay. Were probably 8 to 10 feet apart in the middle of the woods. Now, it's the pines before you dropped off into the oaks, but they were about 4 inches around. And they were bent over into an arch and hooked limb to limb.
Really?
Yeah. And I told my wife just happened to be with me. She never goes, but she was with me that night. And we walked up, and I was like, look at this. Doesn't this look odd? I was like, what done this? I was like, didn't the wind do this? Look at all the rest of these pine trees. Wind don't do that.
Right.
And so it was just, and I just kind of filed it in my head. But when Nick Gilliland told me this stuff, and then he told me where he was at, I was probably about 4 miles away, straight line from where I'm pretty sure he was hunting at when he had what he talked to Dark Waters about.
Right. Huh.
So
interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Mr. Daniel, thank you for sitting down and chatting with us for just a little bit today.
Yep.
Guys, like I said, he runs Coonhound Confidential's podcast. Go over there wherever you get your podcast. Check him out. It's a good little deal. A bunch of guys cutting up, having a good time, telling some stories. You're going to hear more stuff like that. If you're into that kind of stuff, these are your guys to talk to.
Absolutely. If you got any stories, reach out to us. We want to hear them.
They want to hear them, guys. So, well, thank you for sitting down and talking with us, Daniel, and we'll be seeing you around this weekend.
All right, man.
Thanks, brother.
Have a good one.
We are sitting down with Mr. Brian Smith, hailing out of the big state of Indiana. Hoosier boy down here in South Carolina. Brian, how are you today, man?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Tell me a little bit about your hunt last night. I know you're down here hunting that little Abbey female.
Hunt started out great. We pulled back in the lane and turned the dogs loose, and she struck for 100, slammed a tree, sitting in pretty good shape. And one dog blew through the country and got in pretty deep. And she was by herself, and at a minute 36, I had a dog cover, but I had that dog shut out on the strike. Walk in there, threw a light in the tree. She had a coon. I'm sitting 225 plus. Within just literally minutes into this hunt, I'm thinking this is going to go good. Pulled her off that tree. We recast the dogs. She went down in there, struck another track, come treed on a big old den tree. And the other dogs kind of blew the country. And things were going pretty well, and till they weren't.
They weren't happy. What happened?
Well, I had made a couple more den trees. It just seemed like I couldn't get anything on the outside. It was pretty wet, and there wasn't any real good traction. I don't know if she was just going through there checking trees or what, but I mean, she made a couple legitimate dens, and I'm still sitting in pretty good shape. we'd spent about an hour and 40 minutes, I reckon, in there, and she was sitting with 225 plus. Cole Ramey's dog was sitting even, sitting at 0, and the man from Georgia's dog was sitting with 175 minus. He had took some minus, so he's sitting with 175 in the hole, and I'm sitting in pretty good shape with about 20 minutes left to go in this hunt. And we got the dogs caught, called timeout with about 20 minutes left. We went to another spot, turned the dogs loose, and the man from Georgia's dog went back to the road, was standing at the truck. My dog actually crossed the road, and she wasn't doing anything. I don't know what was going on. She was just standing at the road, or standing on the other side of the road, and like off the ditch there, just standing there. She wasn't going anywhere, wasn't doing anything. So the guide told us, he said, listen, I got a hot bucket down here. Y'all can, if you get these dogs caught, I got a hot bucket. And I know better. With my dog, I know better. She's not the kind of dog you can just walk over and catch. But she wasn't doing anything, so I thought, well, she's right here, I can get her caught. So we all called timeout. Cole got his dog caught. The man from Georgia got his dog caught. And as soon as I went over, Abby was within eyesight of me. And when I went over to leash her up, she just turned around and she just booked.
You know, and that amazes me, because I know how much time you spend with her, and she rides in the truck and stays in the house, and you are with her all the time.
Yes, sir.
That amazes me you can't catch her like that.
Yes, sir. Now, if she has a training collar on, I don't have to tone her, shock her, nothing. If she's got a training collar on and she knows those prongs are on her neck and I call her, she'll come a-flying. But if she don't have that on,
she done got your number.
She's gone. She's gone.
She already knows what's up.
She's gone. And as soon as I tried to catch her, now to give you all a little background history on this, it's been middle of the week last week, Tuesday night I guess it was. She was. I hunt her and I also run her on a treadmill, and I I put her on a treadmill. I think it was Tuesday night or Wednesday night. I put her on the treadmill, and I could tell that she was off a little bit in her front left. And I didn't really think a whole lot about it. I kind of cut her treadmill time a little bit. And the next day, Sherilyn called me at work, and she said, "Hey," she said, "you need to call the vet and have Abby looked at." She said, she's three-legged. She's not wanting to walk on this front left leg at all. So I called my vet. My vet got me in. I took her in, dropped her off, did x-rays, did everything. Nothing was broken. But she was really sore on her toe, right behind her toenail, and like super sore. So my vet gave me some antibiotics and some pain meds and stuff. And last couple days, she seemed like she's been okay. So last night, when she was standing there at the truck, I thought maybe she was hurt, or whatever. And I thought, well, I'll just go get her caught. Well, she got in the country and got about, 400, 450, something like that. She got struck, and I was trying to get her caught. And I got the time running on me, and I'm trying to get her caught. And I thought there was a couple times I thought she was just going to come treat in there. Well, she ended up quitting whatever that was she was messing around with, and she got through the country about 900. And I popped out the back of this woods, and there was this big, giant field that looked like they had cut pine trees. And it was all rutted up, and it was thick, and she was on the other side of that. And I couldn't even get across it, so I wasn't even going to try to get across it. So I come back, I called Cole, and I talked to him on the phone, and he's like, "Hey, let's talk to the guide and see if there's a road over there." So I came back to the truck, and I asked the guide if there was a road over there, and he looked at my Garmin. He's like, "Yeah, I can get you close." So we drove down around, and he did get me closer, but by the time she actually got treed, the hunt was I was done at that point. And so I got into her, shined a tree. She had a coon, and she did a good job on that. It was a cypress swamp, water about knee deep. I mean, there wasn't no dry ground in there, and so she did a really good job. I was aggravated that I couldn't get her caught. I was heartbroken I got scratched because I was sitting in a good position, and it was a big gut punch. It really was. But she treated a coon in some really bad conditions, and there's no quit in her heart. She's got more heart than I think about any dog I've ever hunted. So I was proud of her. Even though I didn't win, I was proud of her.
Right. So I know you're down here hunting with the Dalton gang.
Yes,
tell us a little bit more about them dogs you guys brought down here this weekend.
We brought 6 dogs down here, and unfortunately nobody had any luck last night. We got a dog called Snag, which Tyler Benedict's hunting, and there's Rickleffs over here showing his best side.
Yeah, we're going to get him back on here. We're going to snag Oxidine, get him in here too if you don't walk away.
Right. Y'all hold up. We're about done here. But we got Snag. He's a 4-year-old dog, placed in the top 100 of the UKC World twice. He's got about 19,000 PKC money. Pretty nice dog. And then we got Rock, Hyde. Hyde and Snag are both Willie pups. We got the Dixie chick, which Philip King handles her. And did I leave anybody out?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I've got everybody covered.
Right on. All right, buddy. Well, you guys hunting tonight?
We are.
All right, good deal.
All right.
Best of luck to you.
Yes, sir.
The whole gang. So thanks for sitting down with us.
Hey, I appreciate you having me.
Thanks, Bryce.
Thank you, Bryce.
All right. We are sitting here with one of the best UKC judges I've had in a cast.
Flanky.
And I'm not saying that just because you're sitting here in front of me, but I've done told you this several times. We are sitting here with Mr. Kyle Oakes. How are you, brother?
Good, buddy. How are you?
I am great. Guys, I drew out with Kyle last year down here at this event in Grand American. He was my judge. And I was pleasantly surprised to have somebody who knew the rules, who knew how to lead a cast, who knew how to handle the situation, and filled out the scorecard right. It was nice.
Good cast.
It was a great
Had
cast.
fun.
It was a great. But anyways, Kyle, I want to get you on here because you are getting ready to do your own podcast, and
Yes,
I just
sir.
want to give you a little time here to tell the world about it. You know, I'm just trying to promote everybody that's doing something good for the sport. So
Oh, yeah.
Throw me the pitch.
Hey, we're going to start a coon hunting media. We're going to kind of just looking for another partner to roll in with, but We're gonna look at live events also. Not as much as like Joy Dog Food does, but some of the smaller stuff like $300 Pro Classics, $400 Pro Classics, $500 shootouts,
right?
Stuff like that some people don't see live, and not the big events. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some
Absolutely.
of the smaller dogs that people can't afford the big entries, but also get their spotlight.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I haven't heard of anybody doing that yet, and I actually didn't know that. I thought you were just doing the podcast thing, but I think that's a pretty good business model.
Yeah, we're kind of brainstorming on that right now.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good because there are a lot of guys who aren't able to go to the bigger hunts where all this stuff is broadcasted, but they've got nice dogs.
Oh, yeah.
They do good dog work.
They just ain't got the money to back it.
Exactly.
Family.
And it takes somebody to back you in a lot of these big
A
hunts.
lot of them, yeah.
But for you guys to come out there and give them the spotlight, I think people, that'll go a long way. They'll appreciate it.
We're hoping.
So, are you hunting Rip down here this weekend?
Yes, sir.
Tell me a little bit about him.
Well, he's a blue tick. I know, don't shoot me down real quick. But he is out of Racket Rig Crash and Red Stick Ann out of Louisiana.
So, I mean, he's a nice hound because I saw you just did a couple weeks ago the UKC Pro Slam.
Yeah, the first ever Pro Slam.
Yeah.
We rode in second on it.
I mean, that's a heck of a run for the first Pro Slam, I mean, in history.
Yeah.
I mean, you're there, you're scratched in.
Nice. I liked it. It was a fun event. First one they ever done, and we got an entry. Filled in like 3 minutes. I mean, I remember pulling over on the side of the road, hitting the emergency flashers, and getting the entry because it was filled like that.
Really?
But it was a fun event. We all treated a lot of coons and a lot of nice dogs. But
yeah,
he treated 2 coons by himself another round and got us in the finals.
Right. Well, tell me a little about your cast last night. How'd that go for you?
We ain't gonna go there. But anyways, we drove Cypress Swamps out of Bamberg, and right off the rip, we didn't get a bark for like 30 minutes. And I'm hunting a call. He's colder nose. I'm like, if I don't get a bark for 30 minutes, something ain't gonna go good. We finally all got struck. Dog treated slick. Another dog treated slick, and we wound up. Dogs are trying out of here, and we called timeout. He said we got a lot better spot. I was like, good deal. We go there, and I got in there about 700, strapped me for 100. Everybody else strikes, and they go in there. 2 dogs tree a slick, so they're almost out backwards at this point. And we still ain't heard nothing. I'm like 0.8, still trucking, and they tree a circle tree and come to the end of the cast. About 6 minutes left. Luckily, at that time, Rip rolled over a tree. Way deep. He covered about 3.5 miles. I was hoping he had a coon. I had 225 pending. Big den tree. But,
so that end of the night dead cast.
End of the night dead cast. But,
well, you hunting again tonight? You going to try it again tonight?
Yeah, we're going to try to get it again tonight.
Have you already drawn out? Do you know where you're going?
No, we don't know where we're going yet, but I am cast 46, leaving at 4:30, so we should be pretty close.
You didn't pull out a judge card today.
We ain't got our cast yet.
Oh, that's right.
I'll get my card at 4:30.
Gotcha.
So.
Yesterday, and I saw you had that judge card packing around, and fairly rightly so.
We'll probably get her again, hopefully.
Yeah. So, Rip, did you get him qualified for TOC this coming year?
Oh yeah, we got 13 wins last year on him, and was hoping to get him grand before he turned 2, but before he turned 3, and we made a good run at Grand American Winter Classic, and we was running the Purina race with him, and he got diagnosed with heartworms.
Daggone.
So he got laid up for 4 months solid. And we finally whipped him out and got him rolling again, and got him grand, got him tournament champions. So
awesome.
Hoping to probably rolling a 10-mile right out my back door. 45
oh yeah,
minutes.
That's another one of them Pro Slams, isn't it? Isn't it?
That's where the Pro Slam was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they're having the TOC zones this year.
Gotcha.
So
all right. Well, I haven't even looked at it yet to see where they were at yet, but that'll work if you're right in your back door.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I ain't got to drive far.
That's right. You know, every once in a while, it's nice to have something close to home.
Yeah, I mean, I like traveling and everything.
I do too.
But seeing everybody, good hunting, better hunting. But when you got to take off work, you just slip 45 minutes away from home and hunt a zone.
It makes it nice. Now, you told me something yesterday. You're thinking about moving.
Thinking about moving north.
For better coon hunting?
Strictly coon hunting.
I mean, that is some passion and dedication.
I mean, it's in my blood. I mean, competition coon, and I'll be honest, I love coon hunting, but if it wasn't for competition hunting, I would not be as dedicated as I am.
Right.
I mean, I'd hunt once a week, twice a week maybe, but it ain't gonna be no 7 nights a week.
Right.
But yeah, I'm moving north, hopefully in mid-Indiana.
Awesome, man. Well, you'll be kind of close to me up there somewhere, so we'll have to get hooked up, and
definitely.
We'll have to show you how a walker dog trees a coon.
He needs to show mine how to tree one.
I'm just messing with you. Oh, man, it's all in good fun. But, buddy, thank you for sitting down with us today. We appreciate it. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Best of luck to the coon hunting media.
That's it, coon hunting meeting.
Can they find you on Facebook, or where can they find you?
Yeah, we'll be on Facebook, and we're going to hopefully release here hopefully within the next month. And we'll be all over Facebook, Apple, Spotify, YouTube.
Awesome. Well, guys, go out there, give him a listen. It's going to be good. If he puts as much time into this podcast and stuff as he puts into knowing the rules, y'all are in for a treat.
We hope so.
Semper Doggin. That's right, buddy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to turn this into the Hunter Show. Round number 3. He done recruited another person.
Uh-oh.
All right, give me your name, where you from, why you're here.
Benjamin Marshall.
Benjamin Marshall, where you from?
Dirty Talking Coon Hounds is our brand. That's what we do. That's what we love. We love to hear a good coon dog. We love for that joker to be accurate. And we don't like no trash, do we, Hunter?
No, we do not.
No.
All right, well, give me the spiel. I don't know. I never met you. Tell me about it.
What I do, my granddaddy been out here. He been doing this probably 50 years, coon hunting. My great-grandfather's coon hunting. And I train my own dogs. I start them from the ground up. I done made grand night champions. My own. I don't let nobody work my dogs.
Okay.
And Hunter can tell you that.
Perfect.
I got a night champion female up here. She run like a 6-year-old puppy, but she 9.
Really?
And oh yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You hunting tonight in the hunt?
We're gonna roll her one more time. This gonna be her last go.
Give her one more go around, huh?
And there go old Woody Entertainment.
Oh, we done had Woody on here earlier. We done had him on here.
Yeah, see, Woody and them, that's the new school, man. Woody and them came up behind me.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, all right, so other than Grand American, where else you run to? You run the circuit?
I hunt UKC, PKC. I hunt everywhere. Everywhere this guy get me to go, I go. And if somebody say they got a coon dog, I go finish them off.
There you go. All right, what's your favorite accomplishment? What's the best thing you've done?
For me, man, it's all about the dog. I like making a finished product, and that's something that I've always done. That's something I'm big on. Me and my grandfather, we've always had coon dogs our whole life. English, Walker, Plot, whatever you could think of.
Had them all, huh?
I done had them all.
Man. Okay, one other question. South Carolina, around here, where's the best thing to go eat? Where am I going to go? I'm hungry.
Chest. Oh, God.
I like a good buffet with some good fried chicken or some fried fish, and we in there.
Well, which one are we going to? Where's it at around here?
There's one down the street, and it's a buffet down the street.
Well, what's it called?
What's the name of it? I ain't from here. I'm from Augusta, Georgia.
Oh, Augusta, Georgia.
Oh, yeah, I'm from Georgia.
Gotcha. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you was from around here.
No, they brought the Georgia boy up here.
Man, Georgia Bulldogs. You a Bulldog fan?
I'm a Clemson man.
Clemson man. All right, brother man. Well, thanks for sitting down with us.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Yes,
Good luck
sir.
tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, we are getting ready to round out our trip here at the Grand American 2024, and I wanted to bring our next guest on here just real quick, just because I never met him until yesterday, but I've talked to him for I don't know, a little bit this weekend, over the last 2 days, and kind of got to know him a little bit, and I've really enjoyed talking to him and hanging out with him. And that is Mr. Jason Duby with Full Cry. Jason, how are you, brother?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm great. I'm really good.
You wore out?
I am. It's been a long 2 days. We've been doing a lot of recordings, a lot of talking, a lot of networking. It's been good.
It is.
And I see you guys have been over there getting it.
Dude, it's been crazy. Honestly, it's been really cool because, I mean, I was amazed at how many people didn't know that we had picked up Full Cry.
Right.
You know, surprised it's still in. And it's been really good. Meeting a lot of these guys, you know, I know who they are. I know their dogs. You know, I've met them through the internet, you know, Facebook and whatever. And it's been nice putting faces to names for sure.
Yeah. So in case the guys our listeners don't know who you are, where you're from. So you work for W Hunting Supply.
Yep.
You have now acquired the Full Cry magazine.
Yes, sir.
And I believe, if I had to put a guess on it, you probably win the award for furthest distance traveled.
If we don't, they're going to be my neighbor because we're only about, I don't know, 60 miles from the coast. when we flew from one ocean to the other. So, yeah, it was a trip. For sure.
Hailing out of Oregon and ended up in South Carolina.
Yeah.
You can't go any more extreme on either end.
No, we flew in Charleston, and there's a Charleston, Oregon, and it's funny, like we could have literally just drove 40 miles and then jumped a plane and made it coast to coast.
How far of a flight was that?
It was like 6 hours.
I mean, that's
5
not
hours.
terrible.
No, it's not that bad, really. It's better than driving.
For sure.
We drove to Heartland Classic back in 2014. That was like 36 hours in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And Oaks, that we drove that for W one year, and that was, I don't want to do that again.
No, I wouldn't either.
It's rough.
Yeah. Well, just give us a little quick snippet here of Full Cry and what you guys have going on. You guys are rejuvenating this magazine that's been around for forever. So for our listeners who don't know what Full Cry is, give them the quick, updated version of what you guys have going on.
Well, it's been around and in publication since February in 1939, and it's been the world's leading tree dog publication, was, the shtick. And when C&H Publishing closed down earlier this year, I got a good phone call from our buddy Ben Sheets.
Yeah.
And he says, hey, man, Full Cry, they're closed. I'll bet you could get it. And I said, I don't know, man. Like, that's not my wheelhouse. We do the podcast. I'm working full-time at W. We got 4 kids. We had 3 at the time.
Yeah.
I took it to Buddy, and he says, no, man, it's just not in our business model. And I said, okay. And my wife, she says, well, if he doesn't want it, why don't we buy it? How hard can it be? And I said, honey, we got a baby coming. Like, we had a baby. In the last 6 months, we took, I'm going to say, a month or 2 to get things kind of put together. We launched our first issue in October, and we're bi-monthly, so every 2 months. And then now we got our second issue out. The third, she's been working on while we're here, trying to get it to the designer and get it ready. But yeah, I guess the mission of it went from just keeping something alive to like growing it, and we went full color. It's 100 pages now. I mean, and I see it going up from there. It has to.
Right.
I mean, we're getting so much good content from guys. And it's just been, I don't know, it's a labor of love, but it's really cool because when it closed up, it was like everybody's grandpa died. I mean, like the outreach, and everybody, oh, it's horrible. It's been around forever. And I'll tell you, that's the one thing we've heard since we've been here was thank you for keeping it going. Thank you for bringing it back. Thank you for doing this. And really, I mean, it's humbling. It really is humbling. So it's been a really great trip for us. We've been flinging shirts and subscriptions and whatever, but really, like, the people coming through multi-generationally.
Right.
And they're
Absolutely.
like, oh, I remember grandpas. And it kind of gives you a bigger scale to look at things. Because in the West Coast, like, this event would blow people's mind. We don't have this out there.
Right.
You get 300 people together at a field trial, and you're having, like, a big shindig. And you walk out here, and it's like, oh, my God. I know, we went to dinner. Thursday night, they announced the Purina winners. And the Chamber of Commerce put on dinner and all that. And we were thinking, man, this has got to bring in a ton of money for this area. They got billboards. I mean, and in your world, it's no big deal. Like you, and I'm sure a lot of your listeners, like, this is everyday living. For the West Coasters, this is nuts.
And I don't know how many West Coasters would even come out here. I wonder, like, other than, I mean, obviously you're the far extreme, and you're probably like the outlier in the group. But I wonder, like, where the demographic stops. Like, are they coming from Missouri? Are they coming, like, where are they coming to get all the way to South Carolina?
You'd be surprised because I know, like, I got buddies in California that drive back every year for the Trig Nationals, or you got guys that come out. Autumn Oaks obviously is the big one everybody talks about, but this, correct me if I'm wrong, this seems bigger.
It is. So in my opinion, I think this has more foot traffic than Autumn Oaks because you're not just dealing with the coonhounds, where Autumn Oaks is primarily a coonhound specific event.
Right.
You've got guys coming here that are running deer dogs, hog dogs, coon,
it's
rabbit.
like a confluence.
It is. You've got all different types of hound hunters in here, which is what Semper Doggin is all about. People who are always dogging in all types of hounds. So we really appreciate you bringing Full Cry back because you guys are kind of specific to the tree dogs, correct, with Full Cry.
Yep.
But you're kind of keeping it old school. It's retro.
We're bringing the retro back.
I like it.
To us, I mean, that's what kept it around. I mean, back in the day, this thing had 30,000 subscribers. And when we took it over, I mean, it was obviously substantially less than that. But, we've doubled our subscriber base in the last 6 months.
That's amazing.
And it's been, I mean, this was a great trip for us. We met a lot of our advertisers, you know, and putting faces to names is nice for me.
Yeah.
But I like the old school. I'm an old soul, man.
Right.
I want trucker hats and aviators. You know, that's my jam.
I love it. But I know that, listeners can go, if they're a member of Patreon through Houndsman XP, they're getting a subscription to Full Cry included with that Patreon membership.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I get it. I'm a member of Patreon.
Right.
And I've been getting my bi-monthly subscriptions. I've been thumbing through them, and I like what you got going on. The articles and columns you guys have people writing for, the pictures are great. You know, you mentioned our buddy Ben Sheets. He's had a couple in there that are just solid.
Yeah. No, he takes some good photos.
He does. He really does. But other than Patreon through Houndsman XP, where can these listeners go and subscribe to Full Cry? How can they find you guys?
You bet. So you can find us at fullcrymag.com. And then we've got our Facebook, our Instagram, all that. But subscriptions, swag, you know, we got like some old retro coffee cups. We got shirts and hats and stuff like that. That's all at fullcrymag.com.
Awesome. All right, buddy. Well, I know you're busy. You're packing up. We're getting ready to close down this event. It has been great.
It has, man.
I've had a blast. It's been a good time. And, just thank you for sitting down and chatting with me this weekend, because I've spent several times just bouncing back and forth and trying to get you and Fielder, pulled away from people just to talk.
Good luck with that one, man.
Hey, that was a good move, getting Fielder in your booth, by the way.
I'm telling you right now, that man right there, I met him at Oaks. Well, through Houndsman XP.
Yeah.
I came out and, and through the years, he's just became a good friend. We talk family and dogs a lot more than we talk business, but it's been, when those old guys take you under their wing, they want to see us do well. And
they
same
do.
With, Mark Zepp. And there's been several people that have really they've flocked people to us because they know the value of this. They were part of Full Cry in the heyday.
Yeah.
And trying to promote it. And I appreciate you having me on, man. We'd love to have more. We want this back to heyday status.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing, Fielder, he cracked me up earlier. He's always got good one-liners,
Oh, yeah.
And he's sitting right there in that chair. We were recording a little episode here, and he said, I really feel like I'm the cheerleader these days. I'm that grandpa in the stands watching the game.
I'll tell you what, he's a great babysitter, too, Taylor, because we got our 6-month-old baby here. She decided she was coming with us. And every time she looks at him, she just smiles with those eyes. And told him we're gonna have to bring her out to Florida.
Yeah,
we'll just drop her off.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, brother man. Well, I'll let you get back to it, guys. Thank you so much for joining us here at Grand American 2024. It's been unreal hanging out with the guys from the Fallen Outdoors, getting all these little clips for you guys. It's been wonderful. Thank you for the support at Semper Doggin. Make sure you guys go check out all of our wonderful sponsors. We couldn't do it without them. Jason, we couldn't do it without you, man. Trying to bring stuff back. You're part of the puzzle. The whole thing's a puzzle, and you're a piece of it. So thank you, man.
We appreciate it. And I'd say, if you guys are really wanting to, subscribe, that's great. But really, we're looking for good content because it is the best foot forward we can put. It's not lost on social. These Full Cries have been around for 50 years. How many? You got Grandpa's old ones or Dad? You know what I mean?
Yep, absolutely.
So if you got something to say, get a hold of us.
Well, guys, that is all I've got for you. Grand American was an unreal time with unreal people. I really just thoroughly enjoyed the time that I got to spend with each and every person we had here on the podcast. I really appreciate them taking the time out of their days to sit down and record a little bit for you guys. They didn't have to do that. None of these guys were forced to do anything. I just simply asked them if they'd like to be on here to let them know that, we're trying to bring you guys the best content that we can. And I really appreciate them for it. Really appreciate UKC and all they did for this event, and the host clubs down there in Orangeburg, South Carolina, that put on such a great event that we can go enjoy every year. So once again, thank you to everybody who was involved in Grand American. Thank you to everybody who came onto the podcast with me. I appreciate you guys. Look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Thank you to our sponsors, Froggy Bottom Outdoors, Never Satisfied Off-Road. We could not do it without them, guys. Also, check out Hometown Heroes Outdoors. You heard us on the Doggin Tuesday. We're going to be doing a section with them coming up every episode where we're going to feature a Hometown Hero Outdoor Hero of the Week. So stay tuned for all of that. Very excited for that stuff that's coming forward, and we hope to keep bringing you guys what you want to hear. So until next time, guys, keep dogging.